Editing is the process of arranging the shots of a film. It is generally considered the most important and powerful element of filmmaking. Editing gives a film its sense and continuity so that it can tell its story clearly. Good editing keeps a film interesting. In this film, you will be shown how the editor arranges shots into a finished film. The basic equipment of the film editor includes a viewer and a pair of rewinds. The viewer is good for seeing the composition and action of a shot. But because it is hard to move the film constantly at the correct speed, it is difficult to evaluate the rhythm and pace of the film. For this purpose, the film should be run on a projector, unless you have access to a professional motor-driven editing machine, which will run at constant speed. Splicing is the basic mechanical task of film editing. Since splices must be strong and accurate, a good splicer and skill in its use are very important to the film editor. The film synchronizer has two basic purposes. It has a footage counter for measuring, and the front sprocket wheel is marked to show the 40 frames in each foot of 16mm film. One revolution of the synchronizer spindle equals 1 foot of film or 40 16mm frames. The synchronizer is also used to move 2 or more pieces of film and or soundtrack together, frame by frame. Editing is usually done with a work print, an inexpensive print made from the original film, which was shot in the camera. A work print is used to prevent damage to the original film by scratches, finger marks, or other accidents. The editor can also experiment with cutting and recutting the film without losing frames or having unnecessary splices in the original. Only after the final editing of the work print does the editor work with the original camera footage, conforming or matching it to the edited work print. Most often in working with 16mm film, the original picture is edited into 2 rolls called A and B. Individual shots in a sequence are alternated between the 2 rolls and are separated from each other by black leader. When prints or negatives are then made from these A and B rolls, the splices will be invisible. Using A and B rolls also allows editing special effects, such as superimpositions and dissolves. Editing effects can be grouped into 4 major categories: spatial, temporal, point of view, and transitions. The first of these groups, spatial effects, has to do with the composition and movement of the objects in a shot. When 2 shots are cut together, they must be appreciably different in distance from the subject or different in angle to the subject in order not to shock or confuse the viewer. Viewer. Juifnik delvot, scarred mess and the woomsum, snook is skeetin this lash law of unsky, yet oxork no. Snaps us in your hair, say abit with caffeine as in it. Say wooms in the last sailor, it was sashed in the fin is never get oxork. I thought either feel with ocket, scaffin is and muck and scanny and ski. The elder yellow shoe, your stuff and scanny and boost and used to throw off in the cab and get ocket, get oxork. kwam on en in afnan. Skaffe de wolf en je wolf, wat dacht wixit. Dem ze dachten Nelson, schus of boeken net dan hier. Stash zoben is gest bij het. Stash zoben is ook net, dat is dat. Snam voelmal. Schatten en dem ze wat, zo wat ze dat stemmen. Stak stemmen ze. Ja, dat is dat schus dat gedeel gewiss op ze.